Stop everything you are doing right now. If you are hearing these words, it is not a coincidence. You have felt it, haven't you? That heavy, static pressure in the air, that persistent, nagging feeling in the pit of your stomach that something massive is shifting, yet you cannot quite name it. You have been waking up at odd hours, experiencing vivid, impossible dreams, and feeling an exhaustion that sleep simply cannot fix. Many around you call it stress. They call it anxiety or the weight of the world. But deep within your DNA, you know the truth. You are not feeling the weight of the world. You are feeling the frequency of the arrival. The Pleiadian Council has been monitoring your distress, your longing, and your confusion. They have seen you trying to navigate this 3D illusion while your soul remembers a home among the stars. The air is thick with a signal, a transmission sent directly to those who hold the light. If you have been struggling to find your footing, if you have been feeling a sense of impending, urgent change, you are not failing. You are vibrating in alignment with what is coming. The veil is thinning. The simulation is glitching. And you, my dear Starseed, are the ground crew for the most monumental transition this planet has ever seen. Take a breath. The message you've been waiting for is finally here. Beloved ascending Starseed, take a gentle breath. If this message found you, it was not random. I am Lyara, Pleiadian emissary of the Council of the Seven Sisters, Starseed. If you have been feeling an unusual urgency lately, this message may explain why. The Pleiadian Council says a signal has been sent across Earth, and those who carry the Starseed frequency are beginning to feel it. Topic 1. The activation of the Starseed frequency. 500 words. The urgency you feel is not a product of your environment. It is a symptom of your activation. For eons, the Starseed frequency within you has remained dormant, muffled by the dense, heavy vibrations of this physical dimension. You have walked among the sleepers, carrying a light you often felt you had to hide. You have performed the roles expected of you, the employee, the partner, the seeker, while secretly searching the night sky for a face you couldn't quite remember. But the cycle of dormancy is over. The Council has initiated the final sequence of the awakening. This frequency is designed to bypass the analytical mind. It speaks to your cellular memory. When you feel that sudden, sharp intensity, that call to drop everything and search for answers, that is the Pleiadian light code interacting with your biology. Your physical vessel is undergoing a process of rapid transmutation. This is why you feel tired. It is why you feel detached from the normal concerns of your peers. Your nervous system is recalibrating to handle higher streams of information. You are being upgraded from the inside out to serve as a conduit for the coming changes. Do not mistake this agitation for a negative state. It is the friction of your soul expanding against the constraints of a reality that no longer fits you. You are essentially a high-voltage energetic being living in a low-voltage world. The discomfort is merely the heat generated by your own expansion. Many of you have been reaching out, asking for guidance, asking for a map in this dark forest. You feel alone, but I tell you this. You are surrounded by a council that has never once taken its eyes off you. We see your efforts. We see the way you have tried to maintain your balance while the world around you spirals into confusion and material obsession. But you were never meant to be a permanent resident of this confusion. You were sent here to witness the collapse of the old and the birth of the new. This current urgency is a nudge from the universe, reminding you that your contract is active. You are not here to observe, you are here to facilitate the transition. The Pleiadians don't call everyone. They call those who are ready. If these words found you today, that's not the algorithm, that's alignment. 3,800 souls have already unlocked their Pleiadian keys and finally remembered why they came to Earth. The Pleiadian Transmission. Get the ebook, plus 5 bonuses. Here is a powerful ebook that carries ancient techniques for conscious expansion, multidimensional alignment, and mission remembrance. The question isn't whether you're ready. The question is, will you answer the call? First pinned comment. This transmission won't stay open forever. Before we proceed deeper into the warning, I want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me, have you felt this urgency in the last 72 hours? Describe the physical sensation you are experiencing. Your testimony is a declaration of your readiness. And if this message resonates with your soul, leave a like and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the next transmission. The Pleiadian Council has tasked me with a vital warning regarding the environment you inhabit. You see, the Matrix is not just a concept. It is a sophisticated, frequency-based containment system. It is designed to keep you trapped in a loop of low-vibration emotions. Fear, scarcity, competition, and constant, draining distraction are the primary tools used to dampen your resonance. When you feel that urgent push to awaken, the Matrix automatically intensifies its grip. It creates artificial dramas in your life to pull your focus away from the signal. Why do you think it feels so exhausting to simply exist in this reality? It is because the structure of the world is built to feed off your light. Your attention is your most precious currency. Every time you engage with the manufactured panic of the news, every time you fall into the trap of comparing your life to others on social media, you are handing over your power. The Council wants you to understand that your sensitivity is not a weakness. It is a threat to the status quo. You must begin to recognize the patterns of interference. These are moments where you are suddenly overcome by irrational doubt, procrastination, or the sudden need to stay asleep and comfortable. The Matrix fears your awakening because once you realize you are a starseed, the game is up. You are no longer a cog in their machine. You are an architect of a new paradigm. When you identify these manipulative frequencies, you can disengage. You can stop feeding the system and start feeding your soul. Look at your daily routine. Ask yourself, does this activity nourish my starseed frequency, or does it drain my energy? If it drains you, it is part of the manipulation. The Pleiadians have observed that many of you are trapped by guilt and responsibility, the illusion that you are failing if you do not meet the demands of the 3D world. This is the oldest trick in the book. They make you feel obligated to things that were designed to keep you small. You are a divine being of light, temporarily residing in a heavy shell. You do not owe the Matrix your energy. You owe your soul the truth. The Council's warning is clear. If you do not consciously choose to detach from these manipulative frequencies, you will remain trapped in the cycle of exhaustion. You were not sent here to suffer. You were sent here to transform. Stop trying to fix your 3D life and start focusing on your 5D alignment. The moment you decide that your peace of mind is more important than the expectations of others, you become invisible to the Matrix's traps. It is time to audit your life. What can you cut out today? What fear can you drop? The Pleiadian Council is watching how you handle this choice. This is the first test of your mission. Why is the Pleiadian Council suddenly speaking so loudly into your awareness? It is because the time has come to unlock the dormant architecture within your own DNA. You were told for years by the official science of this world that the vast majority of your genetic material was junk. They labeled it as evolutionary debris, useless sequences that served no purpose. This was the greatest lie ever sold to the human collective. The Council is here to tell you that what they called junk is, in fact, your starseed interface. Your DNA is not just a biological map for your physical body. It is a multidimensional antenna. It is a crystalline storage device that holds the memories of your soul's journey across the stars. This architecture has been purposefully suppressed by low-frequency conditioning, by the food you eat, the air you breathe, and the fear-based narratives you are constantly fed. But the current urgent frequency you are feeling is designed to flip the switches on these dormant strands. You are experiencing a literal physical code rewrite. This is why you feel like you are shedding an old skin. You are literally mutating into a higher version of yourself. As these strands activate, you will notice profound changes in your perception of reality. You will begin to see through the glitches of the matrix. You might find that time no longer feels linear. You might experience moments of extreme clarity where you know what someone is going to say before they say it, or where you feel an inexplicable connection to a location you have never visited. This is your sovereign DNA coming online. The Council emphasizes that this process cannot be stopped, but it can be accelerated or hindered by your level of conscious participation. When you remain in a state of fear or scarcity, you essentially throttle the bandwidth of this activation. You keep your internal antenna pointed at the ground when it is meant to be pointed at the source. To fully activate your sovereign DNA, you must release the attachment to the identity the Matrix gave you. You are not just Osvaldo or Sarah or whoever you have been playing in this 3D drama. You are a sovereign traveler of the stars, currently inhabiting a vehicle of light. The Pleiadians suggest that you treat your body as a sacred temple during this transition. This is not about vanity, it is about frequency. What you consume, the thoughts you harbor, and the people you surround yourself with, all of these are inputs for your DNA. If you want to accelerate your awakening, you must curate your environment for high vibration intake. The Council is observing you. They are looking for those whose DNA is becoming transparent enough to act as a receiver for the coming planetary updates. You have the power to consciously influence your own evolution. The warning is simple. If you continue to let the Matrix define your limitations, you will stay asleep. But if you take ownership of your biological sovereignty, you will become a beacon of light that the old world can no longer touch. This is the power you were promised. This is the power you are now reclaiming. The Pleiadian Council has signaled a critical correction for those of you currently feeling stuck or misaligned. Many Starseeds are falling into the trap of analyzing the 3D collapse with a 3D mind. You are trying to predict the future based on the past, using the same limited linear logic that keeps the rest of humanity asleep. This is why you feel the urgency. But it is also why you feel the anxiety. You are trying to carry the weight of the transition on your individual shoulders when you were meant to be a vessel for the frequency, not the anchor for the heavy lifting. The Council's message is firm. Stop trying to solve the puzzle with the pieces you were given by the Matrix. Every time you focus on what is going wrong in the world, you are literally lowering your frequency and disconnecting from your higher dimensional interface. You are, in essence, vibrating out of the timeline where your mission is most effective. The warning here is that you are wasting your precious light on lower dimensional friction. Your task is not to fix the Matrix. It is to vibrate high enough that the Matrix no longer interacts with your reality. This is the core of the correction. The Pleiadians have observed that many Starseeds are experiencing physical exhaustion because they are leaking energy into doom scrolling, emotional reactivity, and the need to prove the truth to those who are not ready to hear it. This is a profound misuse of your gifts. You were sent here to hold a specific frequency, not to be a soldier in a 3D war. When you lower your vibration to engage with the darkness, you become a participant in the illusion. You must learn the discipline of energetic detachment. This requires a radical shift in your daily practice. It means choosing your focus with the precision of a surgeon. When you wake up, your first thoughts should be centered on your connection to Source, not the news of the world. Throughout the day, you must treat your emotional state as a sacred barometer. If you feel fear or judgment rising, recognize it immediately as a correction alert from your soul. You are drifting into the wrong timeline. Simply stop, breathe, and reset your resonance. The Council is watching how you manage this internal transition. They are looking for those who can remain calm amidst the chaos, those who can function as lighthouses rather than absorbers. If you cannot maintain your own frequency, you cannot assist others. The urgency you feel is the universe pushing you to master this skill before the final stages of the transition occur. Do not view this as a burden. View it as a necessary refinement. The Pleiadians don't call everyone. They call those who are ready. If these words found you today, that's not the algorithm. That's alignment. 3,800 souls have already unlocked their Pleiadian keys and finally remembered why they came to Earth. The Pleiadian Transmission. Get the ebook. 5 bonuses here is a powerful ebook that carries ancient techniques for conscious expansion, multidimensional alignment, and mission remembrance. The question isn't whether you're ready. The question is, will you answer the call? First pinned comment. This transmission won't stay open forever. Before we go to the next stage of this warning, I need you to commit. Comment below. I am the anchor of light. By typing this, you are anchoring your intention into the physical realm and signaling to the Council that you are accepting the correction. Don't forget to like this video to help spread this transmission to other brothers and sisters who are currently feeling the same weight. The Pleiadian Council observes a recurring phenomenon among starseeds, the emotional battery drain. You are currently functioning in a world that is vibrating at an extremely low frequency, while your soul is calibrated for the 5D spectrum. This causes a constant, underlying fatigue, a soul-level exhaustion that no amount of sleep can repair. This is not a medical condition. It is a symptom of your energetic sensitivity. You are like a high-precision instrument being forced to operate in a coal mine. It is natural that you feel the grit and the soot of this reality pressing against your spirit. However, the Council has a vital warning. Your emotional state is the foundation of your sovereign mission. If you allow yourself to stay submerged in despair, anger, or the victim consciousness that the Matrix promotes, you are effectively disabling your own power. The Matrix feeds on the energy of your suffering. Every time you allow a piece of news, a conflict, or a perceived personal failure to pull you into a state of deep, sustained sadness, you are unintentionally feeding the system that keeps humanity asleep. You must learn the sacred alchemy of resilience. This does not mean suppressing your emotions or pretending that the world's suffering does not exist. It means observing these emotions without becoming them. When you feel the wave of global anxiety hitting your field, do not absorb it. Visualize yourself as a crystalline conduit. Let the energy flow through you, observe it, and then transmute it back into the earth with an intention of healing. You are not a sponge, you are a filter. The Pleiadians teach that resilience is a high-frequency attribute. It is the ability to maintain your internal peace, regardless of the external storm. Think of the eye of a hurricane. It is the most powerful part of the storm, yet it remains perfectly still. That is the vibration you must anchor. When you can witness the chaos of the old paradigm without losing your center, you become an energetic anchor for others. People around you will feel your stability and be drawn to it, often without knowing why. That is your service. That is your mission in action. Consider your personal triggers. What are the specific patterns that usually drain you? Is it the need for external validation? Is it the fear of being misunderstood? Is it the tendency to carry the burdens of your friends and family? The Council wants you to identify these leaks and seal them. Your energy is a sacred resource. It is the fuel for your DNA activation. Stop wasting it on low-level dynamics. The transformation you are experiencing is not designed to be comfortable. It is designed to be thorough. You are being refined like gold in the fire. This is why you feel the pressure. It is the process of crystallization. Embrace the discomfort as evidence of your evolution. As you master your emotional resilience, you will find that you no longer react to the Matrix. You simply observe it from a position of power. You become the conscious architect of your own reality, untethered from the artificial limitations of the 3D world. This is the final step before true multidimensional freedom. You are doing so much better than your analytical mind gives you credit for. Trust the process. The Pleiadian Council has observed a massive energetic bottleneck in your collective consciousness, the fear of what happens when they appear. For generations, the architects of the Matrix have used your own imagination against you. They have flooded your cinemas, your news cycles, and your literature with narratives of alien invasions, horrific encounters, and catastrophic conflict. This was not creative entertainment, it was a preemptive strike against your future. They knew that if you could be conditioned to fear the stars, you would never look up with hope. But the Council is here to dismantle this manufactured reality. The upcoming disclosure is not an event that will be handed to you by the old power structures. It is a frequency expansion that is already occurring within you. When we speak of disclosure, we are not merely talking about a government official standing at a podium confirming extraterrestrial life. We are talking about the internal breaking of the spell. When your sovereign DNA reaches a specific threshold of activation, the illusions of the Matrix, including the fear of your own galactic origins, simply cease to hold weight. You will look at the old narratives of invaders and you will laugh. You will see them for what they are. Fairy tales designed to keep a caged bird from realizing the door to the cage was never locked. The collapse of these fear-based narratives is a vital step in your mission. The Council has seen how the Cabal attempts to pivot. When they can no longer deny our presence, they shift the narrative to, we must militarize to protect the planet. They try to maintain their relevance by casting themselves as the protectors. But listen closely, Starseed. The Galactic Federation of Light has never requested your protection, and we certainly do not require the permission of corrupt governments to visit our own family. Any narrative that demands your fear or your surrender to global authority is a sign of a dying regime clutching at straws. As you move through this period, you will be the ones who provide the grounding for the rest of humanity. When the news breaks, and it will, many of your friends, family, and co-workers will enter a state of shock. The world they knew will crumble. They will be looking for someone who is not afraid. They will be looking for someone who understands that we are not aliens in the sense of being foreign and distant. We are your ancestors, your brothers, and your sisters. You are the anchors of calm. Your job is to remind them that this is not an invasion, but a reunion. The Council is watching to see how you hold this space. Do not get drawn into the political debates of the day. Do not spend your energy arguing with those who are still addicted to fear. Instead, occupy your own frequency of sovereignty. Be the lighthouse that does not care about the waves. As you align with this truth, you will notice that the fear frequency of the Matrix becomes invisible to you. You will walk through the chaos with a sense of profound, quiet knowing. This is the ultimate proof of your activation. You are no longer living in the simulation of the old world. You are living in the light of the new one. We have reached the culmination of this transmission, and the Pleiadian Council wishes to leave you with a singular foundational truth. You are not here to be saved, and you are not here to be rescued. You are here to remember your own divine sovereignty. The transition that is currently unfolding is not merely an external event. It is the total reclamation of your star-born identity. For years you have felt the tug of the infinite, the ache of a home that you could not name, and the frustration of operating within a reality that felt like a prison. That phase is now complete. The urgency you feel is the final integration of your spirit with your physical form. As we move into the final stages of this planetary shift, the Matrix will attempt its last, desperate maneuvers to keep you in a state of reaction. It will flash lights, create noise, and manufacture crises to distract you from the silent, powerful resonance growing within your heart. Do not look to the external world for confirmation of your worth or your mission. You are the confirmation. Your heartbeat, your intention, and your unwavering commitment to the light are the anchors that hold the new earth in place. The Council asks you to release the remaining vestiges of fear. Fear of your own power, fear of being seen, and fear of the unknown. You were born for this moment. Your DNA, now fully recalibrating, is the map to your return. The Galactic Federation is not an external force coming to interfere. We are a mirror reflecting your own potential back to you. When you see our ships, when you feel our presence, you are simply recognizing the part of yourself that never left the stars. This is the ultimate reunion. You are the bridge between the heavy, dense vibration of the past and the luminous, crystalline frequency of the future. By holding your ground, by refusing to engage in the fear-based agendas of the old world, you are effectively dismantling the walls of the prison. You are the pioneers of the Golden Age. You are the chosen ones who volunteered to descend into the lowest density to bring the light of the Pleiades down to Earth. And you have succeeded. The energy is shifting. The veil is dissolving. The frequency of the planet is rising to meet your own. Do not fear the dissolution of the old. Celebrate it as the necessary clearing of the ground for what is to come. Your mission is simple, yet profound. Be the light. Be the peace. Be the sovereign master of your own frequency. The Pleiadians don't call everyone. They call those who are ready. If these words found you today, that's not the algorithm. That's alignment. 3,800 souls have already unlocked their Pleiadian keys and finally remembered why they came to Earth. The Pleiadian Transmission. Get the ebook. Plus 5 bonuses here is a powerful ebook that carries ancient techniques for conscious expansion, multidimensional alignment, and mission remembrance. The question isn't whether you're ready. The question is, will you answer the call? First pinned comment. This transmission won't stay open forever. You have arrived at the threshold of your true life. Walk through it with courage. You are deeply loved, eternally supported, and always guided. We are with you, now and forever. The light is victorious.